for anyone who slept through part 1. We dragged doubt into the light, called it boring, and kicked it out like a bad flatmate. And faith isn't found, it's forged. Act first, believe later. Good? We get there still? Still true? Still annoying? Good. Now we deal with the sequel, villain, Readiness, the polite little lie that keeps talented people conveniently stuck forever. You know, the line, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when the time is right. It's lovely and fictional, like unicorns, honest politicians and low-cost printers that actually print. And here's the thesis. Readiness is not a state. It's a story, a perceived feeling, not a fact. Now, your brain checks the weather report for courage like it's the BBC forecast. Chance of bravery, 10% best reschedule life. Meanwhile, your life is waiting in the rain getting pneumonia. I used to worship readiness. I had rituals. One more book, one more course, one more spreadsheet proving I'd succeed before I actually tried it. It's adorable, like installing training wheels on a motorbike. The bike doesn't care, and the road certainly doesn't. Let's translate the psychology without putting everyone to sleep, shall we, somehow? Carl Jung talked about the shadow. Basically, your inner goblin with a clipboard. It files every embarrassment you've ever had, stamps it, never again, never doing that again, and suggests you delay until the universe sends a handwritten apology. Now, the goblin doesn't hate you, it just loves not being humiliated, which is why it keeps you in the waiting room. No risk, no bruises, no progress, perfect for failure. Now, if you think you're protecting yourself from pain, you're not. You're protecting yourself from perceived pain. The mind is brilliant at special effects department. It can make a draft email feel like a firing squad. It can turn a first gym session into a Netflix true crime series. But none of it's happening. It's just very convincing. It's like a fog. The fog that wants to kill you, but it doesn't kill you. It just blinds you until you walk into the same lamppost. The same lamppost time and time again for 5 years, no doubt. I mean, I've coached people who say, I'm not past my work until it's perfect. I'm not posting it until it's done. I ask, how would you know? And in silence, because the perfect is a moving target with a smug grin. It runs faster every time you chase it. Perfectionism is procrastination doing a posh accent. Let me show you the trick. Now you replace ready with rated, as in I am rated to start. Not ready to start, I'm rated to start. Minimum viable courage, not full confidence, just enough to survive the first 2 minutes without bursting into flames. That's it. Like if you're rated for 2 minutes, you begin. You can be wrong after that. Being wrong is legal in most countries, as far as I'm aware. It's not illegal to be wrong. Only, it's actually quite good being wrong. Let me give you a quick story, right? There was a young woman who never posted a photo of herself online, not because she thought she was ugly, but because she knew people would laugh. She wrote the sentence down, people will laugh, and then stared at it. And after a while, she realized those people were imaginary. The shadow goblin had been doing ventriloquism using a memory from school. She posted that photo, heart pounding, and guess what? Nothing happened. In fact, something good did happen. She felt aligned, not because strangers applauded, but because for the first time, she stood on her own side. And that's what readiness had been blocking, not action, allegiance. You don't need the world to agree with you. You need you to agree with you. Everyone else is extra. Now the mechanics. Now doubt becomes a habit. And you doubt, it becomes a habit. We've covered that already. Readiness is the reward you think you're chasing. Your loop looks like this. With the cue. You say, for example, you've got a great idea. That starts in the routine. You hesitate, research, organize your sock drawer. And that's a reward. That's relief. Relief is not progress. It's just the chemical bribe your brain pays you for staying small. Swap the reward and keep the cue. Change the routine. When the idea hits, you do 2 minutes of the actual thing. After 2 minutes, you can quit if you want. That tiny execution creates a different reward. It creates momentum. And momentum is coffee for the soul. You will protest. 2 minutes is pointless. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. 2 minutes is permission. After 2 minutes, you're in motion, and belief can finally find you. Belief can't steer a parked car. It's not magic. It needs friction. And stop waiting for the right time. The right time, there is no right time. There are only times you'll regret not starting. Life is a queue, and you've been letting people cut in front of you for years. At some point, you stop being British about it and step forward and say, sorry, I'm next. Let's demystify the young bits in plain English, because you asked. People want this to be easy to understand, not, I don't know, people give me some comments before, but anyway, so the shadow is your archetype, yeah, your bad memories pretending to be your intuition. Projection is when you accuse the world of saying things your own goblin wrote on a post-it note. Individuation is growing up for the real, like less cosplay, more spine. When you tell yourself, I am a person without confidence, you've made that goblin king. Try this instead. I'm experiencing low confidence at 3:17 p.m. It's a small shift with a massive effect. You move from identity to weather report. And weather changes. Rains, stops, sun, cloud. You don't cancel your life because the sky had a mood. Language is leverage. Swap I am for I notice, not I am a failure. Try I notice fear of failing and had a strong desire to hide. Now you have something to work with. You can't pilot a myth, but you can pilot a description. Next, the cult rituals of readiness. Let's burn them. Ritual 1, the syllabus of safety. I'll start after one more course. Education is good. Endless training is hiding. If your course doesn't have a built-in action, you will perform in public within 2 weeks. It's not a course. It's a delay theatre. Fire it. Ritual number 2, the vision board without blood. Love a good plan. It's good, but plans without stakes are just arts and crafts. Put a deadline in the world. Invite someone, book the room, risk being seen. If you won't risk it, you don't want it. You want the fantasy of wanting it, but you don't want it. Ritual number 3, the committee of imaginary critics. My audience expects quality. Which audience? Name 5 of them by first name, or you're lying. The only audience at the start is you, your mum, and the algorithm that hates everyone equally. Ritual number 4, the equipment blessing. You just need the right setup. You don't. You just need the work. The best microphone for a silent person is a waste of metal. Now, a harsh truth. Sometimes readiness is a disguise for status anxiety. You won't start because you don't want to be seen starting small. You want chapter 10 prestige with chapter 1 experience. It's vanity. And say it out loud. I don't want to look like a beginner. That's fine. What beginners are the only people who become the experts. The rest become bitter. Every meaningful thing I've ever done has had an embarrassing early version. First draft, first gig, first product. If you're lucky, they haunt you. That means you moved. The people who never cringe never shipped. Now, you're also confusing precision with permission. Precision comes later. You earn it through reps. Permission, you give yourself now. If anyone asks who authorized you, tell them you did. In crayon, on a napkin. It's legally binding and binding in the Republic of you. Now let's return to perception, since someone yelled about it yesterday. Pain is perceived, not prophesized. Feeling unready is a sensation, not a sentence. Treat it like stage lights. Hot, bright, mildly annoying. Walk on anyway. That's what you do. The practical system. I call it the 2-10. 2 minutes of immediate action. The moment the idea appears. 10 minutes later, do a visible micro commitment that raises the cost of backing out. Post a date, tell a person, book a slot, transfer £10 to bail if you bail jar to you donate if you flake out. Pain teaches, another tool. Then slackline. Decide you'll wobble in advance. If I start spiraling, not ready, then I open the draft and type one ugly paragraph. Then if I feel the urge to research, then I write the question I'm trying to answer and set a 5-minute timer. When it dings, research stops. Back to work. If I reach for perfection, then I ship at 80% and log feedback in a next iteration note. Script your sabotage, beat it on schedule. If you know you're going to self-sabotage, stop yourself from doing it. Sabotage yourself from doing it. Tell yourself you're going to sabotage and do it before you're self-sabotaged. Let's talk about that grey zone. Not desperate enough to quit, but not confident enough to start. You don't fail, you freeze. Freeze is seductive. It feels safe. No one mocks a statue, but statues don't get fed. Freeze kills more dreams than failure ever could, because failure comes with information. Failure comes with information. Freeze comes with dust. If you want to attest for freeze, good. The 72-hour rule. If an idea keeps nudging you for 3 days, you owe it one public step by day 4. Not a manifesto, a step. Register the domain. Email the collaborator. Announce a date. If you won't give it that, stop fantasizing about it and admit it. You like the dream more than the work. Honesty is cheaper than therapy. Some of you still want the universe to send a sign. Fine, here's one. No one's coming. Not a mentor, not a partner, not a perfect mood. The cavalry is you on a Tuesday at 3 p.m. with a calendar and a spine. Unromantic, yes. Effective also, yes. Now, let's dismantle a sacred cow. Confidence. People think, confidence precedes action. It's cute. That's a cute idea. Confidence is a lagging indicator. It's the receipt you get after doing the thing that scared you so many times, your nervous system got bored. The receipt is not the meal. Eat first, and please stop glamorizing resilience as if it's pain is personality. You don't need to be the strong one. You need to be the moving one. Movement creates options. Strength is a byproduct. We'll do an exercise. I've just had a thought. We'll do an exercise, right? Not journaling, something useful. It's called shadow roll call. Takes 3 minutes. Set a timer. Write 3 names. The voice that mocks your ideas. The voice that says you must be perfect. The voice that says not now. Give them stupid titles like Head of Sarcasm, Chief Quality Officer, and Director of Later. Now, write 1 line to each as if you're the CEO. Sarcasm, you're allowed to heckle after shipping, not before. Now, quality, you get draft 3. Draft 1 proceeds without you. Later, you're demoted. We're hiring now. Ridiculous, yes. Effective, also, yes. The goblin hates ridicule. It shrinks. It disappears underneath it. Another piece, people misread criticism. You think criticism means stop. It often means iterate. The only feedback that means stop is a court order. Everything else is a suggestion. If someone laughs, good. Laughter is free marketing. If someone sneers, better. You just found a person whose taste you don't need to serve. You want a humane bit here? Readiness often hides grief. Something hurt you before and your body decided never again. It makes sense. Protective, but protection overstays. So we thank it, literally. Thanks, body. You kept me safe. I'm taking it here from now on. Then we move anyway. Respect your fear. Don't worship it. Back to brass tacks. Build proof of self through micro bravery. Not TED Talk bravery. Simple, trackable acts that feed identity. Speak once in a meeting. Publish 1 imperfect post. Ask 1 direct question. Say no to 1 time waster. Start 1 timer and work until it screams. Each tick says, I'm the type of person who acts before I feel ready. Repeat it until it's boring. Boring is good. Habits win because they're dull. Your doubt isn't special. Your fear isn't bespoke. Everybody's got the same IKEA set of neurosis, slightly rearranged and missing 2 screws. The difference between those who build something and those who don't is not bravery. It's tolerance for the awkward start. So here are the rules of the cult exit. Write them down or tattoo them on your calendar. No readiness checks before action. 2 minutes first. Questions after. Default ship at 80%. Perfectionists may apply for 85% with evidence. Public micro commitments weekly. If no one can see it, it didn't happen. Replace I am with I notice. Identity stays fluid. Behavior stays sharp. Freeze has 72-hour fiction. If it nags for 3 days, you owe it a step by day 4. Feedback equals fuel. You are allowed to feel stung. You are not allowed to stop because of it. Schedule your fear. Pick a daily slot called Do It Scared. Sit there and do it scared. The body learns. Now you want something? Let me give you this. If you wait to feel ready, you will spend your best years ironing imaginary capes for a hero who never arrives. Your life is now. It is aggressively now. If you are not using your minutes are using you. They will spend themselves anyway. Might as well spend them on you. And here's the exit line to carry until next week. Ready is a rumor. Replace it with rated. Rated for 2 minutes. Rated for 1 email. Rated for 1 ugly first draft. After that, we iterate. After that, confidence arrives. Late to the party. Holding snacks, pretending it helped. And no, we're not done. This is a series, not a miracle. Part 3, we're talking about crowbar to perfectionism. The gold-plated cage We'll talk about how to make work that's honest, fast, and sharp without turning it into mediocrity by speed running your soul. But that's next. For now, do this. Pick one thing frozen by your precious sense of readiness. Name it. 2 minutes today. 10-minute public micro-commitment tomorrow. And when the goblin complains, thank it for its service and point it to the door. Act first, believe later. Your doubt is boring. Your delay is expensive. Be more interesting than both.